I know I was talking earlier what I read in the Traverse City Record Eagle that there might be some changes to the Cherry Festival, and having spent a number of days there this year, I'm like, why would you change it? It seems to be a smash hit, and that's what the Cherry Festival Executive Director Trevor Tkach is going to find out tonight at a meeting the city commissioners are going to have 7 o'clock at the governmental center about some possible changes. I understand. Welcome back to the program, Trevor.
Hey, thanks, Michael. Thanks for having me on.
What's going on? What could happen tonight, and what kind of changes are they talking about?
Well, we had set a schedule to review the festival back in May. It's something we haven't traditionally done this early, but it seemed to be the interest of a few of the city commissioners to get a discussion going earlier on some topics that they felt needed to be addressed on behalf of the city. You were here, Michael. You saw the event we had. It was a spectacular event. A record-breaking year for the festival. Blue Angels, great concerts, just a lot of great family traditions here, 88 years of it, and we want to keep that momentum. Some of these changes could have some fairly dire effects on our business model, and so we're very sensitive to what they have to say, and of course we will be responsive as best we can, but I also don't want to put the festival out of business.
So tonight, is there going to be any decision made, or is it just sort of kicking it around? Is it brainstorming? What happens at this meeting tonight?
Yeah, I think the idea is, you know what, I'm not sure, but I think the idea is to pull the public together, give the people an opportunity to share thoughts, have the commissioners talk about 2014 festival and, future festivals, what they would like to see. And then I'm optimistic we'll start to put together a plan to review some of this feedback and see how realistic some of these changes are. The Cherry Festival is always evolving. It's always changing. And we try to respond to the market as best we can. And I think after having such a successful year in 2014, I think you could say we're doing that. That said, the city of Traverse City is one of our biggest stakeholders and partners, so we want to make sure that they're satisfied with what's happening as well.
If it isn't broken, why fix it?
I'm with you. I mean, there's something special about getting the U.S. Navy Blue Angels in your hometown on the 4th of July. I can't think of anything too much more patriotic than that. And we're pretty lucky, a small town in northern Michigan, Traverse City, cherry capital of the world, having that opportunity. It's been 4 years since we had them, so this year was very special. But we're here to have a party. We're here to celebrate and promote cherries, community involvement in the Grand Traverse region. We want to keep doing that for another 88 years. So although the feedback is very important, we also have to be careful not to forget what it is that we need to do and make sure that business model stays healthy and is sustainable for the future.
Could the case be made that, 4th of July is going to be a sellout anyway, so why not put the festival in September when you could drum up business?
I would totally agree. I think the Cherry Festival is going to be successful no matter where you put it. I think there's enough history that proves that July is the right month for the Cherry Festival. Hard to predict when the sweet cherry crop will come, although the majority of what we grow up here is tart cherries, so that'd be your pies, your cherry concentrates, your dried cherries. Nonetheless, we have been linked to the 4th of July for many years, and there is some synergy there. We have a group here in town that raises funds for the fireworks show for the public. There's a lot of shared expenses between that group and the Cherry Festival, and we've made donations. In fact, this year we contributed $15,000 back to that group for the fireworks show. So if we start to separate from the 4th, you may lose some of the opportunities with the fireworks. So then the public would lose out perhaps on the show entirely. Long term, who knows? But then also you probably will never see the Blue Angels in Traverse City again, which I think would be very disappointing to a number of people. It would be to me. I've got 3 youngsters who love watching those jets careen over West Grand Traverse Bay. They're not going to change their schedule for us. So if we're going to move, that's something we're going to have to swallow that bitter pill, and we won't see them in Traverse City again.
What concession do you fear the most?
Well, I don't fear any of them, honestly,
No?
Michael. I think that we could make anything work, but I think you got to be smart about it. If we do move our dates further into July, not only will we lose some opportunities and some synergies, but we're also going to roll over onto some other really great festivals in northern Michigan, Alpenfest and Gaylord and Harbor Days in Oak Rapids. Plus, we're getting very close to our own Traverse City Film Festival, and I know that they like the cushion between the two events. We share a lot of the same volunteers. We share a lot of the same space. So if you don't give it a chance for things to kind of breathe and regroup, it can be difficult to turn things right back on in town. Shortening the length, part of our success has been built around having 2 weekends. As any good event planner will tell you, it all depends on the weather. So if we can't get the sunshine on one of the weekends, we can keep our fingers crossed that we might get it on the second weekend. Everything else is just kind of it's smaller stuff that we can probably talk through, and I'm optimistic over the course of the next few years we could make it more acceptable for them.
How about we talk tomorrow morning after the meeting, and you bring us up to date on what happens? Would you do that?
I'd be happy to, Michael. Give me a call.
All right, we'll talk with you tomorrow morning. Hold the line right there if you would. Carol Kane's been very patient, too, from CBS Michigan Matters and the Free Press. We're going to speak with her in 30 minutes from right now because I have a lot of things I want to talk to her about, too. But that breaking news out of Traverse City, that there could be major changes to the Cherry Festival, would have statewide impact, to tell you the truth.